What do the healthiest people in the world all have in common? Could this be the fountain of youth, the one input that has more profound impact throughout your health than anything else? Let's dig into that today. Hey everyone, Dr. Pries here, and if there's one thing that's going to impact your health more than anything else this year, it is understanding glycemic control, okay? Glycemic control means how well the body handles sugar or sugary things or simple carbohydrates, and when you consume them, what it does to the blood sugar, whether or not it goes way up or it's able to remain relatively steady. Let's lean into why this is important, because this impacts every single system within our body. There's nothing more powerful. There's nothing that impacts the body similar to this other than glycemic control, okay? It is responsible for energy swings. So if you're the type of person who has swings of energy where sometimes it's really high, sometimes it's really low, this might be contributing to it. In fact, this is a cause of a lot of crashing and fatigue if you don't have this under control. Additionally, this is going to strain and impact the hormones system, especially from the top down. The chief system in your brain is called the HPA axis. That's the hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal, and this offshoots hormones everywhere throughout your body and has such a global impact. And you're telling me glycemic index and glycemic control is going to influence this system? That's very important with how you feel and how your body functions throughout the day. Additionally, the immune system will be oppressed if we have a lack of glycemic control. White blood cell counts go down immediately if there's a huge spike in the blood glucose levels, and that's going to profoundly impact the immune system. It also decreases the available amount of calcium, and calcium is a very important player within the immune system because we use calcium to actually paint infection, and that way our body knows how to attack it. Additionally, you're more likely to result in mineral imbalances when you have a lack of glycemic control. So if you're the type of person who's always thirsty, you never can get fully hydrated, it's not because of the quality of the water necessarily, it's because of these huge swings in the amount of sugar that is being consumed and how your body is handling and adapting to that. That is causing a mineral imbalance. Additionally, this is going to deplete neurotransmitters. This is such a stress on your body that it depletes the chemicals, the signaling chemicals within your brain, that's actually going to alter your personality. You're not the same person when you have a lack of glycemic control as you are if you did have glycemic control, okay? Sugar also competes with vitamin C, so you can have a decrease in the availability and the bioabsorption of vitamin C because they are competing with each other to get into the cell. We all know vitamin C has profound immune impacts, but also this impacts our collagen, our muscle. And when we have these large spikes in glucose and a large consumption of sugar, that's going to feed into the bugs that are naturally within our gut. We have 3 pounds of bugs within our gut living there naturally, which is a tremendous amount. But if you're feeding it a lot of sugar and glucose and starchy foods like that, they're actually going to pump out more toxins. And what that does is those can influence your brain and cause some inflammation on your brain, making you anxious, making you depressed, causing you to have more ADD type symptoms. It has a profound impact. Overall, it's increasing inflammation throughout the entire body and globally throughout every system within your body, and it can just wreak havoc if this is not under control. Most importantly, like I said, neuroinflammation. That's inflammation in the areas of your brain. That contributes to mood disorders. It changes your personality. This is important. How do you get this under control? That would be understanding glycemic index. And taking control of that is a way of taking control of your health. So the glycemic index is how you eat a food and how it's going to impact your blood sugar chemistry immediately afterwards. So if I eat plain table sugar, there's a standardized rate at which that will spike my blood sugar or not. When you consume a fiber-rich fruit, okay, what that's going to do is actually have a nice slight increase in your blood sugar, and it's going to be more steady. It's not going to be like candy, which spikes it like that. Understanding glycemic index is the number one thing you can do to control your health this year. This chart dives into it a little bit about what foods are going to spike your blood sugar versus others. So here's an example. When you're eating something like peanuts, there's not a lot of sugar in peanuts, so the glycemic index is low. It's a 14 on the level. But when it comes to something like pizza, that's a little bit higher. That's about 30. How about Snickers bar? That's straight up candy. That is a 55 on the scale. So that's relatively high. Increasing even more would be white bread. Okay, white bread is a 70. Glucose, pure glucose, is 100. Baked potato is even 85. But when you're eating fruits and vegetables as a whole, these are not going to spike your blood glucose as much because a lot of times they have fiber with them. And fiber slows down the absorption of glucose, so you're not getting these rapid spikes. Whereas when you consume a piece of white bread, there's really no fiber with that. It's just straight absorbed. It's like eating sugar basically, and that's gonna spike your blood glucose like crazy. I hope you learned something new here today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.